Welcome back, my celestial mystics. And today we are diving deep into 4 foundational paths to spiritual enlightenment, which is love, discipline, action, and science. Okay? All right. So now, go to the left. All right. Each path offers unique insights and practices that can help us align with our spiritual and life purposes. Okay? Now, if this is your first time viewing my content, thanks for tuning in. I'm Tiffany Satchel. I'm your 1111 coach. And whether you're seeking connection, clarity, contribution, or comprehension, there's a path that would deeply resonate with your soul's journey. Okay? And it looks unlike anyone else's. All right? This is about your individual spiritual journey. That's what this channel is about. All right? It's not going to look like my journey. It's not going to look like anybody else's. It's going to look like yours. All right? It's different. Okay? So now, I want to share exactly how I actively explore all 4 paths, blending their unique teachings and practices to create a holistic approach to spiritual growth and self-discovery, with the hopes of inspiring you to begin your journey. Okay? All right. So now, guys ready? All right. Escúchame, por favor. I say that at my job a lot. There's a lot of Spanish people. Not a lot, but I be working with Spanish people. Okay. Now, each and every one of us has a unique spiritual heritage that contributes to our happiness and well-being. All right? And that's what it's about. About your happiness and well-being. That's all God cares about. Only thing God cares about is your happiness, your well-being, and your service, of course, because you must contribute to society in a well-rounded way. Okay? Not that you have to cure science or some shit. Just that, you should be contributing to society, and how could you contribute to society? Let's say you are an at-home mom and you're homeschooling your children, okay? And you're teaching your children to do the right thing, all right? And even if they don't do the right thing, then you're teaching them to take accountability for their actions. That you contribute. You can't control what your children do. Just like others can't control what you do, but you can be an example and a guiding light for them, regardless to what they do in life. Okay? Now, I hope that this video will help you discover your individual spiritual path and life purpose. Okay? Because your life purpose is tied into what you love to do for free. What you would love to do for free. That's your life purpose. There's this lady on YouTube. All she do is she just love teaching people how to save money. Why? Because she's an at-home mom, right? And she has to save money consolidating food. And when I say that, I mean so she'll buy food in a bulk and break it down so that it lasts, right? So if something goes on sale, let's say carrots go on sale, right? She'll make carrots. She'll take all the carrots that she bought. She'll buy a whole bunch of carrots because they're on sale. And she'll break them down into different ways that she would cook them. And then she freezes them. And I use some of her concepts because I'm like, yo, that's great. Even though I'm only one person. So you could imagine how my deep freezer looks. It's like all of these freaking freezer bags with dates and anyway. All right, let me get back to the video because she's very, very, very inspiring. Very inspiring. Okay. All right. Now, okay, you know what? I have a question for you. All right. And hopefully this question lightens the mood because I went off in a tangent. Okay. Why did the ghost go into a bar? I almost forgot. For the booze and spirit. Oh my God, that was so funny. I almost forgot to tell that joke. Oh my God. Okay, all right. Now let's get into our spiritual exploration. Okay, let's get serious. All right. As you can see, I'm in a good mood today. I was hanging out with my son, that's why. He always amps you up. He always makes me feel good. Okay. The first path that I want to share a little about is the path of love. Now, everything is in love and light. Alright? Believe me, I ain't no love and light. No, I'm not. However, this path emphasizes personal devotion and emotional connection with the divine. Okay? It's about feeling the presence of the divine in every aspect of your life, fostering a heartfelt relationship with the spiritual. Alright? That's the way I love. Okay? Now, does everybody get unconditional love? To the best of my ability. I do it the best of my ability. My name is Tiffany, not Christ. Okay? Now. Alright. Now, the law of attraction says like energy attracts like energy. So, by embodying love, you attract more love and purpose into your life. Now, this has been tested and proved. Alright? I even attracted loves that I wasn't interested in. So I'm careful about where I toss that love to bomb. What's that, right? Is that what it's called? That love, what's that thing called? You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, you gotta be careful where you wield it. The love sword, should I say. And it's not really a sword. It's a, what is that thing called that you're tossing? All right, anyway. So embodying love, you attract more love and purpose into your life, okay? And the only thing you have to do is love yourself and love God. All right, and it says love everyone else as if you love yourself. Now, we know that there's aspects of ourselves that we don't like, right? There's aspects of myself that I don't like. So you ain't gonna like everybody, just like you don't like everything about yourself. Okay? Now, here's how I know when I need to navigate this path. Okay? How do I know when I need to walk in love? How do I know when my mind needs to be focused on unconditional love? Because remember, we're talking about 4 paths to spirituality, and I navigate each one of these paths simultaneously every day. All right? One day I might be on love, another day I might be on another path. Okay? But right now I want us to stay focused on love. Okay? Then we'll go back to the other paths. Okay? But there's 4 paths. So how do I know when I need to be walking in unconditional love in that specific moment, time, space, and reality? This is when I start to feel a strong desire to connect more deeply. Not just with people close to me, but with everything around me. Which means that I have to pay attention to my feelings. And the only way you're going to do that is if you sit with yourself. This is why it's important to meditate, because then you'll know how you're feeling. Okay? This is freedom, guys. This is freedom. I'm teaching you guys freedom. Okay? This is when you get to the point where you don't give up about what anybody think, say, or feel about you. And that's the point that you want to get to. You don't care. You do not care. All right? Now, when my interactions start lacking kindness, or I feel distance from what makes me happy, it's a sign that I need to reconnect with the path of love, because my vibration is off. So that means I have to tune my vibration to love. That's it. All right? That's it. That's how I know. All right? When I'm not practicing self-care, when I'm not loving myself, all right, then I know I need to practice love. Okay? So for me, I will respond by focusing on opening my heart expressing more appreciation for everything, even the mundane and small things, and finding joy in the simple moments. Okay, so now doing this helps me realign with the energy of love, and it brings more positivity and purpose into my life. All right, so now John chapter 4 verse 16 in the Bible. All right, yes, we gotta use our scriptures, guys. Why? Because that's what I was brought up on. I have a spiritual book that I use, all right, with a whole bunch of scriptures that thousands upon thousands of people read each and every day, and that have been reading for decades upon decades. Okay, so they have power in them, and I use them to support my energy field. Okay, now John chapter 4 verse 16 says God is love. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. And there's millions upon millions upon people, millions upon millions of people that believe that scripture. So I use that because there's energy behind it. Okay, now the Empress card represents nurturing, love, beauty, and abundance, guiding you to live in harmony with nature and your emotions. Okay? So working with this tarot card in meditation helps me connect deeply with the energies of compassion and creativity. Okay? The Empress card serves as a reminder that when I nurture myself and others, I'm in direct alignment with divine love, but I do it with discretion. Okay? Because this practice helps me see the beauty in all things and to foster a generous, loving environment around me. Okay? So now as I meditate on the Empress, okay, me becoming the Empress, me embodying the Empress, I visualize her serene, abundant garden, imagining myself walking through it, feeling each step grounding me further into the fertile soil of love and life. Okay, so this visualization not only deepens my connection to the divine, but also enhances my ability to manifest love and abundance in my everyday life. All right, I embody the Empress in me in all that I do. Okay? All right. Now, here's the second path, all right? And the second path is spiritual discipline, okay? And this path focuses on meditation, yoga, for instance, okay? Or rigorous spiritual practices to master the self, all right? Like, you know, like just sitting and breathing. The whole point in spiritual discipline and these rituals and these practices is to help you to awaken to a higher state of consciousness, like with what is that called, what is that called? I forgot what that's called. There's a practice. Dang, what is that called? I forgot the name of it. But anyway, the whole point is there's practices out there that are wonderful, that are great, okay, to help you awaken to a higher state of consciousness. Now, one of them is you can do mirror magic. Okay, A Course in Miracles. Great practice to help you awaken to a higher state of consciousness. Okay. There's a lot though. There's a lot of different practices. Like I said, yoga. prepared myself before the video with a list. But anyway, okay. So now, the law of cause and effect says that every action has a direct effect. Okay. So now, disciplined practices ensure positive outcomes in spiritual awareness and life purpose. Okay, so now I know that I need to navigate down this path when I feel a lack of focus or discipline in my daily life. Okay, so if I'm drifting through my days without purpose, or find myself constantly distracted, it signals a need to strengthen my spiritual practice. Okay, so now this path helps me regain control and clarity by setting structured practices and routines that elevate my mental and spiritual states. Okay, now I said there are many paths. There's many different things that you could do. You could just exercise, it matter, but you need to incorporate some type of spirituality. It has to be something spiritual, right? You need to combine spirituality into your exercise some type of way. All right, and I do that, right? Because I have a step climber. So sometimes I'll play music, specific music, to help me align with my spiritual journey. All right, just different type of songs. All right, and that's how I'll incorporate it. Working out. Now, my go-to is, of course, EFT. Because it not only calms my mind, but it also sharpens my awareness, okay? And it makes me more attuned to my actions and their impacts, okay? So now, this focused approach allows me to live more intentionally, okay? And aligns my everyday behaviors with my deeper life goals. Okay? Because it's through intention. Now, through disciplined practice, I connect with a sense of inner peace and purpose, helping me navigate life's challenges with resilience and a clearer mind. I don't do EFT every single day, although I'm going to start, right? I'm going to start because I want to teach you guys, but I do it when I need it, because now I'm at a point where I do it when I need it. Now, there was a time when I did EFT from the time I woke up. I was just like, you know what I mean? Because it was, it's addictive. Once you see the fruits of it, once you see, the benefits of it, you get high on it. But then, you start to want to learn other things, right? So now 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 25 says, everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. Okay? They do it to get a crown that will not last. But we do it to get a crown that will last. I'm early. I love being early for work. Okay. And not just last, it's going to last forever. Okay? And if you're real good, you get some jewels for that crown. Now, this scripture compares spiritual discipline to an athlete training for a competition. It suggests that just as athletes work hard to win a temporary prize, those on the path of spiritual discipline should apply similar dedication to their spiritual practices. Okay? However, unlike the fleeting rewards of athletic competitions, the rewards of spiritual discipline are eternal. Okay? Because you're eternal, right? So you'll be able to carry these things over into other lifetimes if you believe in that. Okay? It's all about your belief now. I don't know what you guys believe. Some of you believe that you're going to go to hell when you die, and that's really, really sad. You need to work on that. Okay? Now, so When I need support with my spiritual discipline, I work with the Hierophant card. Okay? I feel so now this is 2 videos because I forgot to turn off my alarm and it cut the video off. Okay? So now, we were talking about the Hierophant card. I just went off and kept talking and didn't realize I wasn't recording. Okay, so now that we were talking about the Hierophant card, okay, and this archetype teaches the importance of spiritual wisdom and the power of rituals in finding your life's purpose. Okay, because the Hierophant is like what I want to say. Trying to put this in layman's term as I possibly can. He's like the politically correct politician. Okay, if you want to think of the Hierophant. Okay, he would be the one that's following all the rules. Okay, he knows all the rules, he follows all the rules, you know, he helps as many people as he possibly can. Okay, he's extremely admirable, right? He's someone that the community looks up to. That everyone trusts him. He's the go-to man. He's the plug. Okay, that's who the Hierophant is. All right, that's why you see on the card he's sitting there and he has his cross in one hand, he has the beads in the other, and there are 2 people that are coming to him. Now, either these 2 people are coming to him for advice and guidance, or they're coming to him to give him advice or guidance, okay? Because not only does he give out advice, he has to have a council there's a council that he answers to, okay, that helps him. Okay, so that's the Hierophant. Okay, so now when I need support with my spiritual discipline, like I said, I work with the Hierophant card. Okay, and I'll sit back and tune into this card. Okay, and I'm reminded of the deep roots of tradition and the guidance of spiritual institutions. All right, even though I don't regularly go to church, I'm not a regular church goer. I have church in my house though. Me. Okay, now the Hierophant represents a bridge between the divine and the earthly, channeling spiritual knowledge and sacred rituals, okay, into understandable and acceptable forms. Okay, so when I meditate on this card, it helps me reconnect with my spiritual foundations and the values that ground my spiritual practice. Okay, it inspires me to uphold the disciplines that enrich my spiritual journey. Okay, and to seek wisdom from trusted spiritual mentors. Okay, so now working with the Hierophant encourages a disciplined approach to spirituality, helping me to maintain my focus and alignment on my path towards a deeper understanding and fulfillment for my life's purpose. Okay, so now the path of action is the last one. Okay, and this path advocates for selfless service and acting without attachment to outcomes. Okay, and like I said before, right, what does God require of you? To love yourself, to put him first, and to give your service to humanity. All right, and then the other one is your discipline. That's up to you. Nobody can help you with that 4th path. The discipline part, you got to work on that. Now, maybe you might have. Now, my reason why I got so disciplined is because I had a a very passionate dad. Okay, that's why I was able to get disciplined. That's why I was able to develop my muscle to be so disciplined. Okay, because I had a very passionate dad. He was passionate about his religion. All right, and I'm happy I did have him. Okay, now the path of action is attached to the law of detachment, which says freedom from attachment to results opens the way for spiritual and life fulfillment. Okay? Now, Galatians chapter 6 verse 9 says, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. It actually says faint not, but you guys, that's a little intense, right? I don't want to say faint. If you don't give up. Okay? So now, that harvest can be good or not so good. All right? Depending on what you're doing. It depends on your actions. Okay? It depends on whether you purpose to consistently do the right thing all the time. Okay? So now, by focusing on the rightness of our actions, okay, rather than results, we foster deeper spiritual growth and genuine fulfillment. And when I say rather than results, regardless of how long that it takes as well, right? So we do want to see some results, right? We do want to see the fruits, some type of fruit, right? But that can't be the end goal. Or that can't be like the main focus, like you're only doing it just to get something out of it. It has to be because you love doing it. This is what you want to do. Like, you want to develop your relationship with the divine one, with the spiritual realm. You would want to become a follower in the spiritual realm. Okay? Now, I know when it's time for this path, when I notice that I'm getting too caught up in the outcomes of my actions, or I start feeling frustrated by not seeing immediate results. Okay, that's when I know I need to focus on that path. I hope I'm being clear. Okay, so if my motivation wanes or I begin to doubt the impact of my efforts just because I can't see quick changes, it's a signal that I need to reconnect with the path of action. All right, now this is easy for me to do when I'm at work. I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? Because there's plenty of days that I just want to fucking quit this job, but I don't, because I know I have responsibilities, right? And it's I have an easy job. Okay, and I don't have a bad job per se. You know, it's like, it's a freaking easy job. And I don't get paid an astronomical amount of money, but I get, I want a raise, but, I get a paycheck, a regular paycheck, and it's easy. The work is easy to me. And it's actually in alignment with my element. Like, I'm in my element when I'm working this specific job. Okay? So now, when I need to focus on this path, I'm reminded to focus on the act of doing good itself. All right? Just being good, doing good. Go ahead, baby. Without attachment to the results. So, like, when I'm at work and I'll be like, and I have like this astronomical amount of work to do, and I'm fucking frustrated because I don't feel like I'm gonna get it done, and all these people keep coming in and I feel like they're distracting me, I have to breathe and I have to remember that this is my job. There is a time when I'm gonna go home. It'll be over soon, right? This is not forever. It'll be over soon. And the only thing I have to do is just, the only thing they want is they just want good food. So I just just give them good food. Okay? Because sometimes, I'll be like, damn, I got to get all this stuff done. These people keep on coming in here. It can be frustrating, especially when you're by yourself. Okay? So I just realign with this specific mindset. All right? I'm like, look, this is going to be over soon. Let me just get these people out of here. If I don't finish, which that's the part, the perfectionist in me. I have to shut that shit down. Like, look, if I don't finish doing everything, it's okay. Because if I'm busy, because my intention is to get my job done. If I'm busy, I can't finish it. That's it and that's all. Right? But it's the perfectionist in me. Oh, I got to get all this done. No, I don't. It's other people. If I don't get it done, I did what I could do. Okay? And this way I can continue to act with integrity and maintain my commitment because I know I did the best I could. I know I did the right thing. Okay? And this benefits my actions and helps me to deal with that perfectionist within me, okay, over time, right? So I'm getting better because I noticed myself last night and I could not control myself. But the reason why I couldn't control myself is because there was a part of an aspect of me that wanted me to be aware. Look at how angry that you are. This is the perfectionist in you. You can only do what you could do. Take your time. Take your time because you know what your intention is to, give them service. You can only do what you could do. All right. So now this approach helps me keep. Now that's in the natural world. Okay. I'm just giving you a natural example. That's the same thing in the spiritual world. Okay. When you feel like, like, dad, like I've been practicing EFT. She said I gotta do it like, one, 2, or 3 times a day. I've been doing it for like a week now. I don't see any results. Yeah, but you gotta be consistent. You need to do it for more than a week. Maybe you will see it within a week. But maybe it might take 30 days. Maybe it might take 60 days. Maybe it might take 90 days. I guarantee if you do it before you go to sleep and when you wake up for 90 days straight without missing a day, you're going to see results in 90 days. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way that you're not going to see results, even if you don't believe it. Okay? Now, this approach, okay, whether it's in my natural life or my spiritual life, helps me keep a grounded perspective in my values, all right? And if helps me to foster growth and satisfaction, okay? Because I know that good things come to those who are patient. Okay? Now, the Wheel of Fortune. This tarot card teaches us about the ever-changing nature of life and how our actions influence our destiny, all right? It reminds us that life's ups and downs are natural and each phase has its purpose. Okay? So now, by embracing these changes and continuing to do good, regardless of the immediate outcomes, we learn to handle life's fluctuations with calmness and grace. Okay? And this understanding helps us see that consistent good actions lead to positive results in the long run. Okay? In line with the idea that what goes around comes around. Okay. Finally, all 4 of these paths are my favorite. Okay. But this one might be my most favorite because it's the path of science. Okay. So now we have 4 paths, right? We have the path of love, the path of discipline, the path of action, and the path of science. Okay? Now, what does God require of you? God requires that you love yourself, that you love God, right? So you put God first, all right? And you give a service, all right? Now, within that, you need to be disciplined. You need to show that you are worthy. Now, this is to God. Now, this is not, and when we're saying that you're going to be worthy, you're showing yourself worthy to yourself, all right? And this is through your discipline, through your practice, right? And when you do that, you're going to show that to God, right? God's going to see that, all right? That you're being a good steward, all right? But there are 4 paths, okay? The path of love, the path of discipline, the path of action, and the path of science, all right? Now, this path uses reason, intellect, and critical thinking to understand and articulate spiritual truths, okay? Encouraging a questioning mind towards enlightenment, okay? And this is where the law of correspondence comes in, because it states that as above, so below, all right? So it matches perfectly with the path of science by showing us that our external world reflects our internal thoughts and beliefs, okay? So that's like the way that your environment looks. Let's say let's go by our home. So I know, like, if my room is a mess, that's what's going on in my mind. Now, there's always perfection beneath the chaos. Always, right? That's why I don't get so caught up in my room being a mess, because I know that once everything gets in a mess, now I have the opportunity to fix everything. And that's how we have to think of our lives, okay? So, on this path, I use reason and critical thinking to understand how my inner state shapes my life, all right? Because some of us are perfectionists, right? And our room everything is always in order. You can't always be perfect. And if your room is always perfect, imagine anyway, that's not what this video is about, all right? And I am going to do a video about that, all right? Because some of us have perfectionist issues, right, that we need to work on. And I want to talk about that, because that's something that I struggled with. And it hindered me a lot on my path. It hindered me a lot, okay? Trying to be a perfectionist. Now, by carefully examining and adjusting my thoughts and beliefs, okay? So I'm adjusting my adjusting my perception. I can align them with the spiritual truths that I'm seeking. Your perception, okay? And this method not only deepens your understanding of yourself and the universe, but it also shows you how changes within yourself can lead to real changes in your daily life. Which is what you really want, right? So now, the path of science is not just about gaining knowledge, which with knowledge comes understanding, right? I love gaining knowledge, all right? But that's not what it's all about. It's about transforming that knowledge into practical results that you can see and feel in your body. You can feel it. All right? So now, The Magician card symbolizes the use of intellectual and magical abilities to manifest realities and uncover your life's purpose. It also says that you have everything that you could possibly need for your journey, okay? And that you're totally prepared and equipped, fully equipped, all right? So, should you encounter any challenges along the way, that little white dog on the card of the Fool card, okay? You gotta remember the little white card, because you go from the Fool to the Magician. So that little white dog on the Fool card reminds you that you're not alone. You have to remember that white dog, you went over the cliff, and that white dog is coming to support you. Because you went over the cliff, now you're there, you're the Magician. That little white dog he's just not in the picture, but he's there. You got to remember the images. He's there. Remember, you're the Fool, you're on this journey, and now you're the Magician. But there's a little white dog. That's your friend. Man's best friend. Okay? You're never alone. Okay? You have loving companions walking with you, leading you, guiding you, protecting you, supporting you. All right? Now, you can see this white dog as angels. You can see them as your ancestors, your spiritual guides. Okay? A lot of people out. All right. The Bible says, do not conform to this world, to this pattern of the world. All right. But be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve the will of God. What the will of God is for you. And this teaching from the Bible complements the Magician card, which is all about using your abilities and resources to share your experiences and shape your life. So now, the Bible tells us to transform our lives by changing how we think. And this is going to help us to understand and follow God's plan for our individual journey. Okay? So similarly, the Magician card shows us that we have everything that we need for our journey. You're equipped. So if you face challenges, the little white dog on the card reassures you that you're not alone. Remember, these pictures, they don't change. Like, so you might not see this image in this picture anymore, but you still have to remember that that was the image of the picture. The dog never went away. He just wasn't in the picture, right? Okay, I'm giving you clues here. Now, you always have support, and you always have guidance, and not only from your spiritual beliefs, but from those who are a part of your spiritual tribe. They are rooting for you. Yes, they are. They're rooting for you. And by using your inner strengths and staying true to your spiritual growth, you can achieve your true purpose. It's about integrating paths. Okay, you integrate your paths, and it's not about choosing one over the other. You don't choose one over the other. It's integration. It's about integration. It's about harmonization. You harmonize them to resonate with your personal journey. You don't choose one over the other. You integrate them. Okay? Through integration. I've been saying this for years, and I've been living by it. And it hasn't changed for me. I've tested it. This is why science is so beautiful. I love science. I wish that I wish that my path incorporated science a long time ago, but whatever. Anyway, you can apply the principles of love. I should have been a science. Maybe I was a scientist in my other lifetime. Anyway, okay. When you apply the principles of love and devotion to enhance your daily routines, such as stating each day with appreciation, affirmations to set positive tones in your life, there's going to become a time when you incorporate disciplined daily exercises. Let me let you go, because disciplined daily exercises like EFT or nature walks. Let's say nature walks, right? Because everybody might not want to tap, but I hope that you will tap with me, because I'm getting ready to be on a tapping frenzy with you guys. But I can incorporate walks, right? Because that's something that everybody could do. Anybody could just go on a nature walk. Anybody. Okay? To improve your mental and physical well-being. Okay? Now, engaging in these walks allows you to put your values into action, right? Because you're incorporating your health, you're doing something that's for yourself, all right? And you're also helping others. Whenever that you work on yourself, you're helping others. Why? Because then others can join in with you, right? They might be able to walk with you, right? So then you'll have an opportunity to give back to your community, because maybe you'll have all your neighbors walking. It's a possibility, right? You have everybody walking. You're like, oh, guys, we're going to go on a nature walk together. All right? That's how you incorporate everybody. All right? I'm just giving examples here, okay? All right? And then you guys start to have workshops, all right? And you guys start meeting together, different spiritual topics. So now when you're going on these walks, now you guys are starting to talk about these things, all right? And you guys are starting to deepen your understanding and refining your beliefs together, because you're going on this walk. You're going on this walk together. Like if you guys joined in with me in this EFT frenzy, right? So we're going on this walk together, and we're developing our spiritual practice, all right, without any doctrine, all right? So you have whatever spiritual text that you work with. I use the Bible, maybe use the Quran, maybe someone else is a Buddhist, but our main thing that we do together is we do EFT, right? and we focus on this EFT thing together, right? And then we go on these walks. You see what I'm saying? I hope I'm being clear. Okay? So you're going to blend your practices from different paths to help create a balanced and enriched spiritual life. So you have to make a decision. What are you going to use? So I'm already giving you universal laws. I'm giving you tarot. Universal laws, tarot, and then the other two. I like angels. I like the Bible. What do you like? Maybe you like your ancestors, and I don't know. All right, because I don't. That's the only thing I know is Christianity. So if you practice Islam, what is it? I don't know. Is it angels? And I never had this conversation with my son or Sal. Excuse me. Yeah, I never had this conversation, with people that practice Islam. I don't know what it is. I know what I do. So you have to figure out, what is it? Who are you supposed to be connecting with? Is it just God? If it's just God, then fine. Okay? Now, I say, don't forget your angels, because angels work with everybody. This is why I work with angels, because I know that no matter, if I decide to change my faith, if I say I don't want to be a Christian anymore, or I don't want to read the Bible anymore, I want to read the Quran, I know I could bring my angels with me. My angels coming with me, no matter what faith base I go into, because the angels don't care what book I'm reading. They're with me. All right. And they're only a prayer away from me if I ever feel stuck at any time of my journey. Okay? So consistency is how you build your awareness of your life and the presence of angels in your life as well. All right? So you have to consistently work with angels as well. Right? So you can't just say, I work with the angels. No, you have to work with them, because you have to build their presence in your life. Okay? So now, you have to talk to them. And I'm only talking to those who want to work with angels. Now, if you don't want to work with angels, then you got to figure out what it is. If you're going to work with ancestors, work with ancestors. But I suggest that if you're going to work with your ancestors, make sure that they love you unconditionally. Call on the angels that love you unconditionally and that are of the highest and brightest light. Because some of your ancestors don't like you. It's going to be honest. Okay? Now, for me, I talk to them. I talk to the angels as if they are right in the room with me whenever I have an issue. And they can hear me and they answer me. They will answer me because they can hear me. All right? So now, which of these paths resonate with you today? And how can you combine them in your spiritual practice? Okay? I hope that you'll share your thoughts in the comments below, because I want to know. All right? And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, you are loved with an agape kind of love. All right? And if you don't know what agape means, then you should look it up. A-G-A-P-E. Agape. All right? You're loved with that agape kind of love over here. Look it up. All right. Remember this. And until next time, stay blessed and keep seeking your highest truth.